Yeah, domo domo, this is your local PockyGuy, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. When we last left off, our good friend Bertinent wanted to say hi to us, so why don't we go up and greet him? Oh, and we'll also be covering a bit of tutorials. Initiating quests, putting it basically, any character that has that exclamation point symbol over his head has a quest he wants to give you. Just talk to them and they'll give you the Just talk to them and this little window will pop up. Let me just close this. And this window here will list the name of the quest, the rewards you'll get for completing the quest, and a short little description for what the quest is about. Also, you can see the fiery exclamation point symbol. That basically means it's a main scenario quest. So we'll go on ahead and accept the quest and see what he has to say. Another green adventurer, I presume? I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush off and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's the headquarters of the local Adventurers Guild, in case you were wondering. The Carline Company is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Mione within, and she will take you in hand. Quest accepted. And yeah, this window is basically explaining that you can see in the top right of the screen we've got the minimap, and below that a few little lines of text which explains which the quest that you're on and what the next step is to complete that quest. And the next step to complete the quest would be to speak to Mother Mione, who is right in this building right here, the Carline Canopy, where we have the Adventurers Guild. So let's go on ahead and here we go. Carline Canopy Proprietress and hello. Anyways, whenever you see that green checkpoint symbol, that means that you have to interact with either that object or the character to complete whatever quest you're on. So we'll go on ahead and talk to Mother Mione. At least I think that's how her name is pronounced. Now, how am I supposed to voice her? Well, well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer came to put your name down at the guild, I assume? Welcome, Mione is my name, or Mother Mione as most call me, and the Carline Canopy is my place. As the head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. No matter your ambitions, the Guild is here to help you attain them. In return, we expect you to fulfill your duties as an adventurer by assisting the people in Gridania. A fine deal, wouldn't you agree? To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well with our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The thingy and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Garlean Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. But I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me. 5 years passed. Eorzea was well nigh laid to waste when the dread wyvern emerged from within the lesser moon Galamud and rained fire upon our realm. It is this which people call the Calamity. Well, basically, the Calamity is that whole cutscene that was presented in the previous part. Scarcely a square Ugh, I can't read the text. It's too tiny on my screen. Scarcely a square something of the 12's wood was spared the devastation. Yet despite the forest's extensive wounds, not a soul among us can recall precisely how it happened. I am well aware of how improbable that must sound to an outsider. It is improbable, but it is also true for reasons we can ill explain. The facts surrounding the calamity are shrouded in mystery. There are as many versions of the events as there are people willing to recount them. Yet amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of vagrant, valiant, something, adventurers. Whatever else we've... Okay, the tiny text on this small screen is really annoying me, but what can I say? I have no other option. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. And whenever we try to call these faces to mind, we see naught but silhouettes amidst a blinding glare. Thus have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Bit of a reference to the original Final Fantasy. Ahem. Pray do not feel daunted by the deeds of legend. We do not ask that you become another Warrior of Light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scrawl your name right there. Oh, and I would appreciate if you used your real name. There is a special place for 7th Hell for those who use amusing aliases. So I can't really write my name as Professor Tenderbottom. Poktia, And you're quite certain that this isn't an amusing alias? Very well, from this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elementals and the bounty of the 12th Wood. The guild expects great things from you. Look what just arrived, another goddamned adventurer. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The Elder Seedseer herself has, well... The Elder Seedseer herself made us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? Of course not, lest you forget it is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust about themselves? You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm and into the 7th Hell. How many hells are there? There's probably 7. There might be more. Anyways. Ahem. Pry that outburst no mind. He meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12's Wood as of late, you see, and the Wood Dwellers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know, your good self included. Fear not, however, given a catalogue of exemplary deeds, and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. On behalf of my fellow citizens, I welcome you to Gridania. May you come to consider our nation as your own in time. Now then, you may depend on old Mother Mione to teach you a few things that every adventurer should know. Ugh, too much reading. And this little notification is basically telling you that the quest is complete. You can now claim your rewards. And main scenario quests, I already explained those. And we cannot interact with... We do not see any other players at the moment because we got just a few more things to cover. Let's see, Mione, proprietress of the Carline Company, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Another long-winded speech, I hope not. Let us begin at the beginning, shall we? Now that you are a formal member of the Adventurers Guild, we must be sure that you have a firm grasp of the fundamentals of adventuring. To that end, I have 3 tasks I wish you to perform. Okay, that's it. I'm done reading. I'm just gonna skip through the text. Let's see. Visit the Aetheryte, visit the Archers Guild, and visit the markets. Basically, explore Gridania and find where everything is. And she's once again telling us to accept any quests that any of the citizens may ask you to perform. Most of these side quests I'll be doing off-screen, but if there's anything significant that has some good rewards, then I'll record that. And hello, we got us some. We can finally see more NPCs and more tutorials. Yay! See main menu, sanctuaries, and navigation. Yeah, basically the main menu just pop-up start, and you can just explore the vast amount of options of the main menu yourself. Sanctuaries are special areas where you don't encounter monsters, and as soon as you enter one, you're able to heal your HP and MP, or whatever else your character may use. And as for the navigation, just get to the map and... which button was it? Which button enlarged the map again? I forgot. Not that button. No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Oh. That does nothing. That's just zoom in and zoom out, and... yeah, I can't really get a better view of this map, can I? Oh well. Anyways, now you can see we're able to interact with other player characters. The player characters are the people that have the blue names above their heads, and the non-player characters, or NPCs, are those that have green text above their heads. So for now, we'll just worry about the main quest, and this is the Aetheryte. We'll go on ahead and attune ourselves to that. Aetherytes are basically home points. If you die, you end up spawning at the last Aetheryte you set your home at. And here we go. Greetings, adventurer. I see you are faithfully following Mother Mione's instructions. Allow me to offer you a bit of instructions myself. I am Nishia of the Woodwallers, and I know a thing or two about the Aetheryte. Yes, that big crystal right there. He's just going to explain everything that I've already explained. Basically, you don't have to die to get back to the Aetheryte Plaza. You're able to teleport back to your set home with the return spell, which you can see right here. You can only use the return spell out of battle, and it takes a little while to wait, it's not that you can't use it in battle, it's just that it takes a little while to execute. Now, for now, let's head off to the Archers Guild. We'll just select this and pull up a large map, and we can see the entirety of this section of Gridania, or New Gridania as it's called. So our next destination would be the Archers Guild, which is right this way. No, not that way. Oh. But if you can see, there are all sorts of different little characters and player classes you can choose, and what in the world? Odd guy. Dancing on top of a torch of sorts. So, we'll just head this way over to the Archers Guild. See, each class you select has a guild for them to return to. The class guilds will give you unique, different... Oh, Ethernet shard. I should probably explain that. In large areas like Gridania, it would be a pain to just walk from one point to another, and that's what the Ethernet shards is for. How you use those is that you select the Ethernet and you're able to then teleport to any other Aetherite or Ethernet shard that you've attuned to. So, basically, now that I've attuned to that Ethernet shard, I am able to just simply teleport from there to the center plaza and vice versa. But for now, let's go on ahead and introduce ourselves to the Archers Guild. Blah blah blah, explaining their philosophies and such, which I'm not gonna bother. Yeah, like I said, I'll take a look at their quests at another time. For now, let's go on ahead and head over to the market, which would be this way, I believe. Well, let me double check. Which button was it? I'll just use this. Yep. Yep, it's in a completely different section of Gridania, and we'll just walk right over there. Strip through these blue dotted lines and you end up walking into a new area that has to load separately. And here we are in Old Gridania, and, well, how convenient, we're right at the marketplace. Let's see, there was someone specific that we had to talk to. Here we go. Parse Montre, I get, or Parse Montred, I don't know. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parse Montre, master of the markets? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and it looks like he... Oh, I get it. At the beginning of this quest, Mother Mayone gave us this pie to give to Parse Montre. So, you just select it from your key items menu, hand it over to him, and... Give it here! As that flaky crust just divine. Very well, I'm a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. You don't even need to explain, I'll explain it for them. Basically, the marketplace is just as you think it is. It's shops. I'll go on ahead and explain all of these. Battlecraft Supplier will basically give you all the weapons that your character may want. Though you'll have to be careful, any of the items that have red text in them are items that you're not able to equip at the moment, either because you can't use that Otherwise, it's for a class you don't have, or because it's at a level or because you're simply not at a high enough level to wield it. And the yellow text there basically explains that you're very close to the level you need to wield it, but not quite there yet. Anyways, the tool supplier is for a few different kinds of classes. You see, not only is... Oh! They have potions. Heals HP, ethers, heal MP. Eye drops and antidotes. I can't really tell. It's a little too tiny for me to examine. Anyways, the tool suppliers will give us stuff for different kinds of classes, which we'll explain later on. The tailors will give us either battle gear or field gear that would also go with the tools. For now, we'll just worry about battle gear, and here you can just purchase different kinds of armor and such for your character. Which makes me wonder, what sort of armor do I have at the moment? Let's see how much gil I have. Gil being basically the currency for this game. Here we go. Not much. Let's see what we got here. I bet you blah blah. Nothing that I can use right now. And then jewelers, you're also able to equip different kinds of jewelry, which, once you equip it, will raise certain stats. Of course, it's all way too high level for us, so it's useless right now. Excuse me, folks. Let's see, the apothecary is... This is where we really want to go for our potions and healing boosting items and such. High potions, a better version of a potion. High ethers, better version of an ether. And I guess these individual potions of strength, dexterity, vitality, intelligence, and mind enhances said stat for a certain amount of time. And hello? What was that little tune? Ah well. And then eye drops, antidotes, echo drops, and spine drops. I have no clue what they do. I think they just heal various status afflictions that we may encounter. The culinarian will give us food, which will, like the potions, boost your stats for a certain amount of time, for a brief amount of time. The arms mender will repair any broken weapons or gear that you have. Tinkerer is once again towards the special types of classes that I'll go about later on. Ooh, and dyes. Sadly, we can't do anything about dyes for a little bit. And then tradecraft supplier. I'll explain those stores that I skipped later. So for now, why don't we just head on back to where Mother Mione is. We'll just attune ourselves to this Aethernet shard. Leather Workers Guild. Well, for now, we'll just head over to the Aetherite Plaza. And then we'll just follow the directions on the map. Oh, I almost forgot. If you can see that we've got certain little icons on the bottom here. The icon over here is a specific skill that you can use in battle. And then we got teleport, which is disabled and useless to us at the moment. Auto attack, which is something I'll explain in combat. I've already explained return, and then there is sprint, which temporarily makes us run faster. So, let's go on ahead and chat up with Mother Mione, telling us that we've gone to those 3 locations you wanted us to visit and claim our reward. Now, one more thing I should mention for now is that any characters that have this red icon above them basically means, yes, they want you to do a quest, but you're not at a high enough level to accept it. You know, either you're not at the right level, or you're not the right class, or something. But we'll be getting to her later on. For now, it's been a long video, and I think now's a good point for us to stop. So, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we'll go on ahead and explore around Gridania a little bit. Until then, this is PockyGuy signing off. Mata Raishu!